smiles in the studio this morning because we are joined by Father Neil. Good morning. Lovely to have you with us.
Good morning, Gina, my darling. I have missed your dulcet tones. I've missed seeing you. Oh, my heart has been breaking. I mean, I can do without Tom, but without you, you genuinely are Pearl of the East, Jade of the West, love of my life, whose face brightens up my every waking moment and whose dulcet tones make the morning somehow manageable.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much.
I love that. That's 6 months worth of
compliments all rolled into one. Yeah, that's right.
That's how long it's been since you were last here on a Grati-Tuesday, due to a whole manner of sequence events. One of them, of course, being your sabbatical.
Yes, that's right.
Where it sounds like the best sabbatical in the world. Remind us what you were often about doing.
So I was traveling around the UK and the continent, visiting different Christian board game cafes and finding out from them what makes them successful, and also getting their input in designing my own game as well.
And the last time you were here, you had given prototype number 1 to friends and family.
Yes.
And I believe you said we didn't even get round to playing it because of the things that they found out.
There were certain things that were so catastrophically broken. So we are on, I think it's version 4.8 now.
Nice.
So the problem is that those of you who know me and those of you who listen to me on Progress Radio, why use one word when 20 will do? So it's just a question of decreasing the verbosity of the instruction manual at this stage.
Okay.
But so you have completed games.
Yes, I have overly complicated the rules somewhat. It works now. It just if people were to open up the box, as it were, and remove the components and then sit down to read the 38-page instruction manual, they're gonna go, no, I'm not gonna bother.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother
to do that.
We'll make it out of our way.
Yeah, that's right. Although there are quite a lot of games these days where the instruction manual is very, very brief, and it just includes a QR code and a link to an online video that shows you how to play.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you still got to have that instruction manual in your hands, and you've got to be able to read it and understand
and to scan
it.
And be like, oh, this is towards the end of the game, this is the middle of the game, and that's important. Also, we're getting ever closer to having...
We are getting ever closer. Yes,
there you go.
So, and because the game is based on a wonderful book called The Pilgrim's Progress by John Bunyan from a long time ago, I've also been because you've got to have illustrations on the game, but because the books are so old, 17th and 18th century, there are wonderful line illustrations in these old copies that are out of copyright. So I've been collecting.
So you can take them.
Yes, I've been collecting old copies and then scanning the images in. So so that's quite nice.
And bringing them new life.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Oh, that's so cool.
There's plenty of excuses to go up to Hay on Wye and search for old copies of the Pilgrim's Progress.
If ever you need an excuse to go up to Hay on Wye, a book lover's paradise.
Oh.
And well, you've probably walked the distance to Hay on Wye now, have you?
Well, I've certainly walked in this month. I've walked the distance from Haverfordwest Llandovery, which is where we moved to on Monday. So 90 kilometres from the door of the vicarage, 90.6, I think, from the door of the vicarage in Haverfordwest to the door of the vicarage in Llandovery, which we achieved earlier this week. And thanks to so many people online, Ralph, the vicarage dog, who's sort of like fit and lean, and his fat owner, i.e. me, have also been raising money for our wonderful diocesan charity that supports vulnerable families, Plant Dowie. And we've hit our target. We've raised £1,000 in 3.5 weeks for that wonderful charity. So thank you to everybody.
Yes, big celebration there. Well done, and well done, Ralph.
Yeah, well done, Ralph, who was wearing a splendid crown on the weekend.
He was wearing a splendid crown, yes. So I found it in a charity shop, and I thought, that actually brings me very nicely into my Grati-Tuesday reflection, because this Sunday was the Feast of Christ the King. It's the youngest of the festivals seasons of the Church Kingdom season. It was formed in 1925. And at that time, the churches were really worried because across Europe, there was a rise in aggressive nationalism and also a rise in those who sought to be dictators. And so they decided in the church that it was time to remind everybody that in the Christian faith, it's Christ who is the king, that there is no place for tyrants. There are no place for those who would speak from a place of hate, who would speak from a place of prejudice. As I reflect on the past 7 years of my time here in Haverfordwest and in Pembrokeshire, I am immensely grateful for the privilege of being in this community, being in a community that welcomes people of different colours and sizes and races and creeds, who opens their hearts and their lives to so many different visitors every summer. And such a welcoming community. The thing about Haverfordwest and Pembrokeshire in general is that every community I go into, no matter how big, feels like a village. You walk down the street and people smile and nod at you, and if you say good morning, they say good morning back. Having visited some of our bigger cities over the last 6 months, and indeed some of the cities on the continent, you try and do that there and people will look at you with either blank faces or confusion. So today, I'm grateful for the wonderful people of Haverfordwest and Pembrokeshire in particular for being so welcoming, so kind, so non-judgmental. And in particular, of course, I'm grateful for the lovely Pure West family that I've been a privilege to be part of, who stand as beacons of light and hope and entertainment in the midst of even the darkest mornings.
Thank you so much, Father Neil. And we know that we've loved having you here. Wishing you all the best on your next chapter. It's something we take for granted, I think, that we can walk down the streets and know someone who knows someone, that we can smile and nod and wave. We have that sense of community, whether we fully appreciate it or not. We are part of that, and we get to share in that every single day if we choose to, which more often than not we do, which I love. But there's pastures new for you now.
There is pastures new, yep. So I finished as the Vicar of Haverfordwest and the LMA Dean. And on Monday, we moved to Llandovery. And then on the 15th of December, I'm licensed as the LMA Dean of Bro-Dovery. And I get to join a wonderful family there. Completely different type of ministry because it's profoundly rural ministry. But that's where I've come from. Up until 7 years ago, that was my background. So in a way, it's actually going to be returning to my first love and spending time in the markets each week and in the midst of the farming and agricultural year.
I love that. Gina.
It just sounds wonderful. And like Tom said, we are going to miss you. But of course, we will keep in touch. You were talking about friendships and bonds that you've made here. And we have had lots of people getting involved with our Grati-Tuesday today. And one of those being Mai. She said she is very, very grateful for the love and friendships that she has within her circle and simply the best. I love that today.
I love that. Some more Grati-Tuesdays coming through. Saren, grateful for the gentleman who looks after my dog while I go to work. I'm a carer for someone else. So having the dog looked after is great. Something you resonate with, your dog looking after you on these big long walks. Right. Have you seen Maria's, Gina?
I have seen Maria's. I am grateful for moments like this. Simple, but it's true. And a beautiful picture there of Pembrokeshire in the snow and the lovely family just walking and just taking, the family, isn't it? It's family and those special moments that you remember.
Yeah, Ali's been in touch, being reminded of pure beauty. My Auntie Betty in her early 20s, who passed away recently, aged 90. And it's a glorious picture.
Wow,
timeless.
Classic pose there.
Yeah, and we mentioned Michael's earlier, grateful for the staff, and Danny's been in touch too.
She said, I really didn't feel grateful this morning, but I have realised I am very grateful for music on these days. And we've talked about that before, how music can take you to better places. And 2 songs that have helped me this morning are Bethel Music, You Make Me Brave, and It's Not Over. For anyone feeling similar to me today, find a song or two that'll help you help and make you feel different. I am very grateful to music. Have a great day to all. So Danny, thank you so much, and I'm hoping that with that music, the music choices that you've got this morning, they are going to make your day a lot better.
Yeah, we're going to try and share one of them with you here this morning on this Grati-Tuesday. Only 12 minutes left for our Unscramble competition, and only really, Father Neil, a great big thank you to you for joining us with Reverend Sophie over the years that you've been here on Purist Radio, shedding light and a different perspective on the day-to-day goings-ons that we might take for granted. Those small things, those larger things. A personal thank you. You married me and my wife in Carew Castle, and you've been a source of absolute joy and just laughter for the whole time that we've known you. We are going to miss you a lot here at Purist Radio in Pembrokeshire, but Bro Dovry have got such a wonderful time ahead of them with you at the helm. So thank you so much.
That's very, very kind of you. Don't worry, Pembrokeshire. I'll always have part of my heart and one foot here. Both my daughters live here in Haverfordwest. They're not moving anywhere. So if you see me on the street in the days, weeks and months, years to come, you can always stop me and we'll have a chuckle.
And if you want to chuckle about some of those conversations he's had in the past, all the confessions are still on YouTube. Thank you for bringing that into our lives. Father Neil, thank you so much. We're going to try and get one of Danny's tracks for us very shortly for us. What's on the way. It's 20 minutes past 9 o'clock. Diolch yn fawr iawn.
Croeso.
This is Pure West Radio. Eden Evans